All right. Testing, testing. Hopefully this is working. And we're going to try to make a game tonight. And tomorrow and the night after. All right, so I am still just trying to organize myself mentally. All right, we are going to work on Ludum Dare, and the theme, I believe, is out of space, right? Let's see. Where is LD Jam? We should log in. Log in. I'll do that later. I forgot I'm not logged in. Running out of space. So, I sort of already had my idea for what I wanted to build for a game, and I'm just going to use this as an opportunity to build the game I wanted to build anyways. So it's going to work out hopefully well for me. I'm going to take an old game and see if I can get it working. Now, one thing I just realized is that I don't think I have access to the code stuff. And I don't know where the hell I put it all. Let me see if I can get documents, get info. Let me see if I can pull something out of... Trying to think of where I keep all this stuff. I think I might have it on GitHub. So let me just pull it off of GitHub instead of like screwing with the permissions on my computer. I set up a blank account just for streaming, so sometimes I run into problems like this, but I have it on GitHub. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull down the code from an older game. And my plan is to, rebuild an old Ludum Dare game using, so 2 Ludum Dares ago, I built a game called, let's see here, where's itch.io. Actually, I think it's just Pixelvision 8.itch.io. So I built this game. I'm not gonna run it, but I built this game for Ludum Dare 40, and it actually came out like really good, and it did pretty well. I think it got like 200 plays or something, which isn't bad. I've gotten into like the lower 40s before, and I really liked this game, and I had Cast Pixel redo the artwork and everything, and what I was thinking of doing is Pixelvision. Where's Game Creator Source? In here is the assets. No, it's not in assets. I wanted to resources. I wanted to rebuild this game, but like really do a good job of it. And I sort of cleaned up a little bit of it for. Let's see, workspaces. We need to go to. My computer's like lagging a little. Jump and shoot man. Libs, sandbox, screenshot, temp. Why doesn't this Nest demos, tutorials, workspace? It should be in this folder. Oh, it's in the sandbox. I wonder if I could just... Do I have to like download the whole damn thing? That stinks. I could probably just... All right, you know, we'll deal with this later. I'm not. So I'm a bit of a noob. What is Ludum? Ludum Dare. There's a Wikipedia. I learned about it. Wikipedia. Ludum Dare. I think it means give me all your games. Classic Latin. It means to give a game. So it's a 42-hour or 72-hour. There's actually a wonderful keynote by this guy named Jesse Freeman. If you go to the LD Jam website, I don't know where he put the keynote, but I guess once the voting's over, the keynote's gone. I got to talk to Mike to see if he can put the keynote up, because it kind of stinks that I lost the keynote. But if you go to YouTube, Jesse Freeman Ludum Dare, I just did the keynote for this. There we go. I can't paste it in the chat window because I'm not on the thing. But this oh my God, that's loud. Anyways, yeah, that's that. And so it's either 42 hours or 72 hours. And what I'm going to wind up doing, I'm just going to see if I can download this. Let's see how long this takes to download. I think it's pretty big. It should. So I have either 48 hours or 72 hours to make a game. If you want to do like the true thing, you only have 48 hours and you have to do everything from scratch. I always do the jam, and there's like no rules basically. So for 70, you have 72 hours, and you can bring your own stuff, and or use code or work with other people and all that other stuff. So I'm going to use my own code. I'm getting a all right, so sorry, I was getting texts from my wife. So, how do I like the theme? I think the theme's not bad this time. So, it wasn't my pick. It's never your pick. So, Beam Dream is on YouTube again. So those of you on Twitch can't see his chats, but I'll read it out for you. I think the theme is all right. It's yeah, you know, I don't really care about the theme. Like I said, I'm going to make my own. I had sort of had it in my head to make this game anyways, and sorry, it's sending another message. All right, so this is what CastPixel had set up, and I don't know how I'm going to incorporate the theme just yet, but what was the theme again? We should like write that down or something. LD Jam. Running out of space. So I don't know yet how I'm going to incorporate this, but I will, I'll figure something out. So, cool, yeah, I'm on your YouTube again. My internet doesn't like Twitch as much. YouTube does a better job of compression. Yeah, all right, fair enough. Look, I use Restream, so it just goes out to everything. So it's all good to me. I like texted my wife that I'm getting started in this game jam, and then all of a sudden she like texted me a whole bunch of stuff. So I guess that meant that wasn't really getting started. I'm traveling this weekend, so I'm in Irvine, and my plan was to do a Ludum Dare event out here, but it didn't work out. So I'm still out here. So I'm just going to do it from my hotel. Um, all right. So, anyways, let's see here. Thank you. This is Cass Pixel on Twitter. Sorry, on yeah, on Twitter. She does an amazing job. So this is what I got to work with, and I'm thinking that this is the game that we build. So what I could probably do tonight, although I ate like a ton of dumplings and stuff before, dumplings and some fried pork chops, and now my stomach is like, hey, why did you eat all that greasy food, dummy? So let's see how far we can get before my stomach disagrees with me. But that being said, all right, so the theme is running out of space. So we'll figure out a way to incorporate that later. Oh wait, I'm continue downloading. Yeah, that's still downloading, whatever the hell it's downloading. That'll be going on for a while. All right, so we're going to use Pixelvision 8, which is my game console, or my fantasy game console that I wrote, and we'll see how it holds up during another game jam. Bean Dream, are you joining as well? What are you planning on building? Do you have an idea yet? Or are you just gonna watch me do it? Yeah, I don't really eat a lot of greasy food, but I've been traveling and like I don't really like the food out here in Irvine. It's literally like mall to mall. Like so the other day, like the hotel I'm at is up by some big mall here, and I had to eat there. And then tonight I wound up like, oh, I found like this sort of like dumpling restaurant that I like, and I eat it in Seattle. And of course, I went there, and it's like in a mall, but just like 30 minutes away from here. Yeah, now's like a good time. Like usually, I take the first night pretty easy. I like hardly ever really. Oh, that was loud for me. Hopefully, you guys didn't hear that. Um, I don't really do a lot on the first night. I'm probably gonna go to sleep early and then wake up really early. But what I want to do is let's go ahead, and I still got to do this manually with Pixelvision 8. I can't create a new game from scratch. But what we're going to do is let's see here. I'll just copy the system tool, and we're going to call this Reaper Boy LD42. I don't know. I'm like kind of on the fence. Like I really want to do Reaper Boy. I know that Cass Pixel is like eager for me to do this as well because she did all this art back in March and I haven't done anything with it yet. But like I kind of feel like it's not cheating per se, but it just feels a little weird to redo a Ludum Dare game and to only know that I'm gonna have 72 hours to like sort of build a less than stellar version of it. But all right. I mean, it is what it is. Let's go in here. We're going to call this Reaper Boy 42. We'll do Reaper Boy LD 42. So Reaper Boy LD 42. And so the original Reaper Boy I did as like a Game Boy game, and I did it really close to Game Boy specs. This is going to be like the best that Pixelvision 8 can do. So I'm going to put as much into this as I can, and I think for like right now we're just going to leave it. We'll change the tile map and we'll do all that stuff later. Let's save the name of the game. And what I want to do, I've got a game idea, however, it's not really focused on the theme. Yeah, it doesn't matter. If you're just doing honestly, like, you don't have to really do the theme. You can, I think, even when you submit it, you can say it doesn't have anything to do with the theme now, which is like nice because people used to like bash you if you didn't like do the theme, and they got like serious about that. And now you can sort of just, I mean, for me, the whole goal of Luminari isn't to like win, although I had to say, like, I did get really close. I got 32nd or 31st place once, and then I got like I'm like I gotta be in the top 100 every time, and then I haven't even come close. I think the closest I've gotten was Reaper Boy on Ludum Dare 40, and that got like 200. So I don't know. I've been like also really wanting to make an RPG, but long story short, I just want to make something fun, and I just want to have fun doing it. Yeah, thanks. That was a good one. That was like I was like really happy about that. That was like a lot of years of struggling just to even break the top like 1,000. My last one was a buggy mess. All right, let's get rid of these. Let's just get rid of all this stuff. And we're going to start from scratch. So we're going to need a function. Oops. Function up init. Function update. And we're going to use a time delta, which gets passed in by the engine, and function draw. And I'm going to go back into here and let's just delete a lot of this stuff. We're going to get rid of this backup. We're going to get rid of the color map. The data JSON we're going to leave. We're going to get rid of the flags are fine. The info is fine now. Input large font. We can get rid of all these fonts. We're going to rebuild the fonts anyways. I'll leave one font file in there. We're going to get rid of all the Pixel Vision OS stuff. That I'm going to fix anyways later. Get rid of the saves. Get rid of the Sprite Builder stuff, the small font. We keep the Sprite Builder folder. We'll just get rid of all the stuff in it. We're going to get rid of the sprites PNG, the tasks, and the PS, and this stuff too. All right, and then the other thing I want to do here is image crop. Let's just get like the pure Pixel Vision 8 palette that Cast Pixel made, and we're going to use that, which looks gorgeous and should be represented here. So let's take a look. I wanted to see real quick. I'm going to create a new 256 by 224. What did she do here? I don't know why it's 256 by 2. That's like a really weird size. It should be by 240. Okay. Are all the images like that? $256 by 224. All right. Where's the sad face? There we go. So I think her screen is wrong, but you know what? We'll work with it. 256 by 244. Sure, whatever. It's just gonna like act a little weird. All right, let's see. Let's just load this up, and I think if I play it, It's not going to do much of anything. It should just be like a blank screen. Perfect. All right. So, I don't know. I'll talk to her about this tomorrow. Yeah, Bean, having fun is the most important part. Like and this is just a good, like the best part about Ludum Dare is it's just like a good opportunity to just make a game and have some fun with it. All right, let's create this. Ugh, I shouldn't have eaten that greasy pork chop. Totally regretting that. I don't know, maybe she wanted it to be like black bars or something. I'm going to text her. Where is my messages to... Real quick. We're still up. The splash screen for Reaper Boy is 256 by... What did I say it was? By 224. 256 by 240. Am I missing something? All right, so let's see what she has to say about that. All right, we're going to, for right now, we'll just align this to the top. I just want to get this into the engine and see what happens, and then we're going to go from there. So I'm going to let's just save this real quick. Oh my God, does that look so good? Whew. Man, that just looks beautiful. All right, we're going to put this into the Reaper Boy folder, and we're going to call this Sprites. And all I'm trying to do, I just want to make sure that all the colors are there. So, and then let's do also, we're going to save this, and we're going to save this as a tile map. And all right, let's refresh this. Wow. I swear, like if I would have done it, it would have been like a total mess and like no colors, like colors would have been missing and shit. She's so good. And tell me that that doesn't look awesome. Wow, it looks so good. Yeah, we're gonna build this because her artwork is too good to sit on my computer unused. Oh, hey, I don't have anything. I'm not redrawing the display. Redraw display. All right, that'll clear the screen and push the tile map. Oh, it looks so good. Maybe she like intended for like a bar at the bottom so I can like put text there. It just seems a little weird. She'll tell me what to do with it. I'm just gonna look at that. Look, we're done. I'm gonna tweet this because it looks so good. I mean, like not like in a tank. Like I'm in I'm in my pajamas. I don't want to like get in the glare of the screen. Perfect. All right. Let's see. I'm going to tweet this real quick, and then we'll... So funny enough, there's like all these things going out now about like how the new MacBook Pros have... no one will judge you. Well, it's like I'm in like a tank top thing. It's not like, you know, like a, I don't know, what do you call these things? I mean, I know the politically incorrect term for what they're called. And it's just, I don't have like arms or muscles to really show off. So I don't, normally I don't really care, but I just don't appropriately wear this in public unless it's like it's just an undershirt. What's happening? I just want to say, looks like my Ludum Dari game is done. Just kidding. Starting to cut up and test. Cast pixels. New and improved. Reaper boy. We've been designing this remake to show off the new mono game. Pixel Vision 8 runner. Sorry, as soon as I tweet this, I'll be done. LD Jam. I know you guys didn't really come here to... I suck at like tweeting and live streaming. Grins 15 minutes, 15 minutes. All right. I'm like a notoriously bad speller, so I just want to make sure that I didn't spell anything atrociously bad. All right, well, that was fun. Looks like my Ludum Dari game is done. Just kidding. Starting to cut up. We've been designing the all-new mono game. The all-new. All right, one more minute, guys. Tell me what you're doing for Ludum Dari. Is anyone else doing Ludum Dari? You're just going to watch me or listen to me tweet. All right, there we go. All right, good. Everyone else who isn't following me on the stream can now follow along too. All right, I won't do that again. I came here to chill. All right, so here we go. Hey, Nettings. Welcome to the stream. Why'd you stop doing Ludum Dari, man? All right, so what I'm thinking of doing is we're going to... Let's do this. Let's image crop. And we're going to paste this guy into the sprite builder folder. And we're going to call this splash PNG. I'm going to start screen. I have a feeling that I'm not going to want to do this. Too much broken themes. Oh, I didn't mean to play that. I don't know what this one is, but let's cut this guy down to just what we need. She's so good. It like hurts. It's like it's so good. It's so good. This is gonna be one hell of a looking game. It will suck as far as gameplay goes, because I can never get that part right. End screen. Sorry, Cast Pixel just messaged me back. Matter on... All right. Be able to fix. I was messaging Caspixel, see if she can fix the thing. Be the first game to be featured in Art Museum. I know, right? Our stuff's so good. I feel really bad because Caspixel's been working like non-stop with me on a lot of art, and I can't even get through all of it, but I just keep commissioning her to do like all these ideas and whims that I have. All right, so I don't know what this is. This is a oh, you know what I think this is? That's the interstitial. Interstitial? Is that spelled right? Ugh. Interstitial screen. Level. Let's call it level screen. It's so like what? All right, so we're going to go with what is designed, and I'll fix this. I'll figure out what to do with this resolution another time. Okay, so because I think Caspixel is doing her own thing right now, which is cool. All right, we're going to let's finish cutting these things up, and I'll show you sort of what I'm doing with them. We're going to open up. That's cute. All right, so we're going to cut that up as the windscreen. One. And windscreen 2. Save. So what I want to do is I'm trying to take the largest of the screens, and we're going to put them together, and I just want to see how much memory is left. All right, I have a feeling like, I don't know, I want this to be 256, so I have a feeling like I'm going to tweak this a little bit, and no one will ever notice the difference. So we're going to do that right now. I'm going to fix this without bothering Caspixel. 256. And we're just going to make this guy white, or whatever the equivalent of white is in Pixel Vision 8. All right, so there we go. All right, so that will give us the background image. A lot of this is going to compress down. Pixel Vision 8 is really good about background. Pixel Vision 8 is really good about optimizing stuff where there's like lots of repetition. What I'm kind of thinking of doing is maybe what we could do is when there's not enough space, like I like bring up the clouds or something. I don't know. We'll figure out something. It would be interesting to like play with this clouds and stuff. I think she has this layered, so I can do some interesting stuff with that. Let's go here, and here's what we're gonna do. Shh, just don't tell anyone. 256. Wait, 240. I could say I helped make the art. No, I would never. No, you know what it is? It's like, and I feel bad because I feel like I went to her asking her like what was up with the resolution, and she's doing her own Ludum Dare stuff. So I know she doesn't want to be bothered. Not bothered, but I know she's like wants to focus on her Ludum Dare stuff, and it's like I like her. I respect her stuff so much that to even touch it and change it is like I wouldn't want to do anything to ruin it or do it a disservice, except for what I'm doing right now. Why is it doing this? How do I first off get rid of this? And really, since when does this stupid lasso adhere to the grid? You got to be like kidding me, Photoshop. I mean, unreal. Like, Photoshop continues to be like just terrible. All right, so we're gonna move this up, and we're gonna fill this with this, and hey, look, it's fixed. That's all good now. As I was saying earlier, that it's funny, like, so I've been seeing all these stories about, I have like a brand new quad-core MacBook Pro. I've been like saving up for this thing forever, and I've been finally waiting for them to do like a proper 13-inch quad-core laptop, and I bought it. It's like top of the line. It costs like $3,000, and the speakers distort and like make really awful noise. And I thought I was like, it's crazy. So I use like a lot of audio tools on here. Like even right now I'm doing like this thing sound control to like put the music to my headphones, but like the other apps are like muted, like so that you don't hear like Pixel Vision 8. And then I like do other stuff where I like route the audio from like my computer out through the HDMI so I can capture it correctly and like all this other crap, right? And the audio started like screwing up, and I started seeing these articles. So today I like tweeted to like one of the authors who wrote one of the articles on like one of the big tech sites. And then like Apple now is texting or DMing me or whatever to send them, like now they want to work with me to get it fixed. Maybe there's some additional information help us turn. They're asking me for my country. Like, could they not just notice like from the fact that my Twitter profile says New York? So, all right, let's see how that goes. Okay, so now what we have is we should have a whole folder, this whole Sprite Builder folder with all of the big screens. And we're going to open up, the hell is this thing called? Texture Packer. Let's get rid of these references. Well, there's some things in here we don't need. We don't need the colors. We don't need button states, knobs. We don't need settings. We can get rid of all this stuff. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to configure this guy to be a smart folder. And we're going to use Sprite Builder. We're going to set the maximum width to 256 and the height to 1024. Oh man, there's a lot of artwork, huh? All right, so we want to set do not allow rotation. Shoot. 512. All right, we're going to have to do some like Pixel Vision 8 is going to have Pixel Vision 8 is going to like choke on this. But let's give it a try. This is the whole point of us doing this game was to figure out how we can push Pixel Vision 8. And the framework was designed around the Nintendo. So imagine that this is going to be a Nintendo level like limitations, all sprite based engine, but there's no color limit, and that's what we're going to push today. But what I got to figure out is like how we can. There we go. That's what I needed to do. So this is going to be 256. And what I'm hoping, nope, that's not going to work. So 512. So 512 by 1024. This is what we're going to do. And I want to save this file because as we continue to cut up the artwork, we're going to put it all in there. So game, Reaper Boy, reference, sprite builder. And actually, you know what I should have done? I should rename this stupid thing. Hold, let me close this. Yeah, so luckily you won't hear the audio distortion on my laptop. I'm just pissed about it. Like, it's like the top of the line laptop. I mean, the only way I could have made this laptop any more expensive is if I got like a 2 terabyte SSD. I did get a 1 terabyte SSD, and that was, I mean, it's like a $3,000 laptop, and everything has been like somewhat decent. I hate the touch bar though. I should just like that thing is like this stupid and broken. All right, let's publish this, and we're gonna publish this as a PNG into the root here as sprites, and save it. We're gonna replace the existing sprites in there, and all right, trim mode, none. Advanced settings. I hope it didn't trim anything. It looks like it's the same. Power of 2, fine, and return it. I can't. It's like my workhorse. They're gonna fix it. I'm sure it's an audio driver because whenever I get the problem, let's do this. We're gonna do Ludum Dare 42. This is my Pomodoro timer. We're going to add a subtask called cut up artwork. So that's the task that we're working. I'm going to keep track of all my tasks here, and theoretically every 25 minutes I'm supposed to take a break, but we're in game jam mode, man. We're going to do this until my back gives out. All right, so let's submit this, and we'll keep track of everything. This will be good because I get to keep track of like the amount of time that I spend. Let's do a basic algorithm. Let's do it by name, width, height, descending. There we go. A little bit good, fast, best. All right. So, and we'll detect identical things. We're going to save this, extrude. Pack with same layout. All right, we're good to go. Let's re-export this, and I just want to see how long it takes Pixel Vision 8 to like run this. Yup, that's what I thought was going to happen. Well, I wanted to test out that loading screen. That took a while. It's a lot of artwork for Pixel Vision 8 to like churn through. Let's go, let's see what's happening in that bad boy. Let's see what we can do to clean that up a little. Oh yeah, I don't have, well there's a good bug. It's not processing that correctly. Oh yeah, we ran out of memory. Huh. Yeah. At least I have to deal with Windows 10 drivers. You're right. Well, the problem with the Windows 10 stuff was that I used to use Boot Camp on these things, and whenever there's an update now, it just kills Boot Camp, and Boot Camp barely even works. Oh, man. Let's see. Let's unlock this. We're going to make the colors per sprite 16, and the pages are going to be 8. And let's save this. Cool, man. Thanks for watching. Raleigh Alice, if I said that correctly. Have a good evening. All right. Let's let's open up the sprites again and see what we can do to optimize this a little bit. Yeah, I didn't really think this one through. Oh, there is an end to it. So here's the good news. Should be that's not a lot of room for all those sprites. All right, let's do this. Let's compress this, and let's just see if this loads a little faster, and then we can do some other stuff to see how we can optimize it. Let's run this. All right, that runs a lot faster at least. All right, so one thing that I might wind up doing is oh, there was another thing that we needed to cut out of one of these. There's a congratulations text or something. Let's close this, close this, close this. All right, well, we're gonna get through this. Oh, there we go. I want this. Congratulations. There we go. I can't spell. All right, we're going to save that and now come back into here, and this should automatically add it. So there's a bunch of things that we could do to sort of optimize this. I'm not there yet. I'm not terribly worried, although 8 pages of memory is like a lot of memory for this. I've never tested a game with like that's this much graphics. So the biggest thing that we could do is we could probably just cut out the end animation. Although I do love it. We'll figure it out. We're going to get this to work. I'm hoping that, well, all right, let's get cracking here. All right, we're gonna cut out as much of this boss as we can. Oh, she's so good. I was like, God, is that going to be over? But it fits perfect. Even those like little like circle things fit. Although I don't know why. All right, I don't know about that. Let's delete this. And we're going to change this to the mask color, which is FF00FF. So Pixel Vision 8 doesn't really have transparency, so you have to like mask off colors with this magenta color. You can import a transparent you can import transparent stuff, but even just to make things easier, I just like to do everything masked off. All right, so we're gonna export these 3 frames. I could just do like one of the scripts, but we'll do it this way. Boss, frame 1, save, boss, frame 2, boss, frame 3, and boss frame 4. And now all this stuff should just be automatically getting added into our image. So, or into the whatever the hell this thing is called, texture packer. All right, so we got the boss in. Oh wait, there's like way more animations. I did that wrong, and I closed the stupid thing. Well, we'll do it like this, and then I'll fix the naming later. We're just gonna do all the boss frames as individual frames, and I'll deal with it later. So that's that one. 2. You know, it'd save me some time. Let's just do this. That's fine, that's fine. Ugh, Apple keeps messaging me. Right, Apple wants me to like test a bunch of different stuff for them. How about this? Every hour I spend testing my computer, they can give me my hourly rate back off of my laptop. Like, isn't the whole idea for them to test this before they release a product? Whatever, that's my vent for the moment. No, I can't do it this way. This is going to be a total cluster. All right, we're going to just start this over again. We're going to do... We're going to have to do it this way. Wow, there's a lot of sprites. There's a lot of sprites. There might be more sprites than Pixel Vision 8 can even handle. I'm starting to get nervous, and we haven't even started yet. All right, so this is front 1, front 2, front 3. I have to build this game. One thing I was thinking of doing was I might... maybe I'll build it in C# instead of in Lua. So like Pixel Vision 8 was designed to scale, and the Lua version is just for like sketching out ideas. Maybe I need to build it in C# where I can get rid of a lot of the limitations. Building in C# would be interesting. That'd probably slow me down a little. All right, whatever. We're gonna cut all. Either way, we still got to cut up all the artwork and optimize it. And I could do some stuff. I could fix Pixel Vision. I could fix the tool to give me more pages of memory. There's no real hard cap on memory. Wonder why that frame is... I mean... Whatever. All right. Duplicating those frames are fine because the engine will optimize that. The one thing that stinks about doing Ludum Dare live is that I can't sing. So I like to sing my music, and I suck at singing, and my music kind of sucks too. I don't know what that little white thing is there. I imagine... Wow. There's so much detail. Everywhere. Everywhere. It's so much detail. Ah. Wow. All right. I had to clean up some of that stuff. I feel like this one got moved up. So we're going to clean that one up a little bit. Yeah, we got to move this down, and then here we'll make this continuous, make it white, and this one we'll make magenta. Not gonna. I won't make you guys listen to me hum either. It's a good song. It's got a really good beat to it. What is... I think I was talking about it earlier on the stream. It's called Cold Love by Rainbow Kitten Surprise. I don't know. I've been like getting like weird like indie hipsterish music lately. As a person who's like a diehard hip hop fan, now I just like sing like just some like chill indie music that I can like, you know, just listen to. But it's got like a really like interesting like poetic nature to it. Anyways, whatever. That's my thing now. All right, we're gonna have to make sure that these are actually really transparent. I'm just making sure that that top part is transparent. I'm going to use a script to output all these things. So I just want to make sure that everything is good. And then I'll have to rename them by hand because the script sort of outputs them in a stupid way. It's like such a, like, we'll get to it in a sec. I'll sort of show it in a minute, but it's like the oldest script in Photoshop, and it still just like boggles my mind that it's broken. Please tell me that these fruit things don't move. All right. I think once we get past this, we should be good to go. Because I think all this other little stuff is going to fit into the cracks really nice. I think the boss is like, I don't even know what that chocolate thing looks so good. I think everything else is going to compress really nicely and fit into like the right areas. It's just a matter of getting this stuff done. Okay, cool. Let's hit 5, hit 6, hit 7, hit 8. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to go back into this folder here, our sprite builder folder. We're going to get rid of these guys. And let's output all of this. So this is the script I was talking about. This export layers to files is like the oldest script in Photoshop. I think it was like the first script that Adobe ever put into Photoshop. And to this day, it has not changed. I'm shocked it even still works. And it just goes to show how lazy of a company Adobe is, that they've like never made this thing better, because it's so powerful. And now watch, I'm going to give this name, file name prefix boss. Makes sense, right? We're going to do visible layers only, PNG 8, perfect, perfect, perfect. We don't need to trim or do any of this other crap. We're just going to run it. And you would imagine it would take the name boss and apply it to the name of the layer, right? Seems simple. That's basically what we would expect from any automation tool. But nope. It adds like all this crap in the middle, and you have no clue why it does it. And then I can't automatically like rename anything. I have to go in and manually rename it. So it's just annoying. So I was trying to use Asaprite, which I've always been like a big fan of, but like I can never, like, I've just been using Photoshop since version 1, so it's hard for me to like get out of it. As much as I bitch about how much it sucks, I still use it. And I was trying to use Asaprite earlier in the week, and then what happened was, I don't know, like there's something like corrupted with the way that it's exporting the image, and Pixel Vision 8 couldn't read it. And every other tool I've ever used for like exporting an image works fine. So I didn't feel like looking into it, and I'll deal with it later. So we're just going to use Photoshop. So you'll see, I'm going to just be doing this for a while. But that's fine. What I want to see now is if this, how this gets imported in. See, what would actually help is if I tested for rotation and flipping when I imported the artwork and created like some sort of map to it. I could compress the images even more, but I'm not going to do that right now. That's like a later feature. I definitely don't have time during Ludum Dare to be like hacking apart Pixel Vision 8. It's easier for me to hack in more pages of memory than it is for me to whatever. Okay, so let's come here and see what the damage is. So it noticed that there was two things here that were already. It noticed that there's a few duplicates here. That's what these. That's what these stacks are. So you can see if I get rid of this, it adds more. But we're going to leave that on. We want this tool to at least get us like somewhere along the basic thing. So all right, so let's save this and export this. Texture Packer is like a brilliant tool. All right, so now the moment of truth. No way. What? Oh, I know. I'm like, whoa, how did that happen? But the problem is that the cache still exists. Let's get rid of that guy. Let's see some real load times. Bam! Just, I gotta fix that. Oh, this is good. Now I'm seeing where all the bugs are in the new runner. So I rebuilt Pixel Vision 8 somewhat from the ground up to work in monogame. All right, the fact that we don't see fonts is not a good sign. Okay. That is... We are out of memory. Huh. What is eating up all the memory? Let's try something a little hacky here. Let's go into the data. And for the sprite chip, let's set the pages to 16. Now, Pixel Vision 8 isn't going to be able to display all that, but it should be able to still parse it. I don't think I cap it. I only cap it on the visual side. So I'm going to hit compress. And I just want to see what it outputs. Nope. It only did 8 pages of memory. That sucks. All right. Well, needless to say, I thought I had this one in the bag, and I definitely don't. All right, so my gut's telling me that let's take the level screen and the windscreen too and put them in the ignore folder. Remove sprites. The following items are inside a smart folder or a flash file that can't be removed. If you want to remove this, you can move them out of the file system. All right, so let's move this into references. All right, so let's save this now and see if we got any better here. Loaded a lot faster. No. Oh no, the stupid cache is there. I need to figure out a good way to fix that where it doesn't, the tool doesn't load the cache, only the game does. Should probably keep a list of need to support adding more pages via the data.json file and exporting cached sprites with that value. Sprite tool should ignore sprite cache and only load sprites.png file. What else? Oh, that's not good. So basically, it we're out of memory. That is a big problem. Wow. Caspixel won't be happy to hear that. So let's see. There's a couple of ways we can get around this. I just got to really think through them. Let's go ahead. Let's just cut up everything and then see where we stand. Because maybe like one thing we could do is we could have 2 games. So I haven't really I've been thinking about this, but like I haven't really tested it out. It would be like a multi-cart game. And we could have one game that's just the screens, and the other game is the The other game is the actual game itself. And I could switch between the two. Assuming they were in the game folder correctly. All right, let's cut up some more dudes and figure out what we're doing. Just ignore the panic in my voice. I can't believe this. All right. We'll make this work. I think the multi-card idea is a viable solution for a problem like this. That's really strange. I wonder if I have a hard limit somewhere around the number of pages. Excuse me, I know the editor can only show a certain number of pages, but... Oh, that pork chop I ate is coming back. All right, so that is... Walk 1, walk 2, walk 3, walk 4. So I have like this, I can't shake this dread I have in my chest. Jump 1. What's the difference between this and this? All right, so that's the walk animation. I believe this is stand. Then this would be jump. That will delete. We don't need that. And this is fall. All right, so there's that. If you're just tuning in, I am working on my Ludum Dare game. I have all the artwork for it. I just got to build it now. And what should have been a win is automatically already in the first few hours of Ludum Dare becoming quite the challenge. Let's create another one of these and we'll just export them all together. Man, what am I going to do for memory? Well, here's the thing. This is the best part. Like, so Pixelvision 8 is a fantasy console. Hey, Bruno, welcome to the party. Is really built around these ideas of discs. So I think Reaper Boy is going to be the first, like Reaper Boy proper is going to be the first multi-disc Pixelvision 8 game. And it'll have like a, all the screens will be on one, and then the other one will be the game itself. That's going to be cool. All right, I'm going to work with it. Like, this is the best part of Ludum Dare, is that shit goes sideways like all the time. I said I was going to curse too much, but let's see how it goes in like the last few hours. But it's like things are always going to go sideways, and what's cool about Ludum Dare is that you don't really have time to like worry about it. You just have to do. So what we're going to do is we're just going to work around it, and I'm going to make. I already have enough stuff in place to support this. So what we're going to do is we'll make a disc 1 and a disc 2, and you just distribute the game as that and hope for the best. I'm excited. I'm excited now to figure this out. Player. Going to keep that positive attitude going. Let's run this script and output these guys. If you're just tuning in, I'm just going through and cutting up all the artwork for the game. Death 1. What I'm trying to think of is the look on my kid's face when Daddy comes home and he has a new game that he's built and they can play it. It's going to be glorious. All right, let's export these layers to file. Of course, Photoshop doesn't remember anything that just happened in the previous 5 seconds. So I'll just go and find the folder again for you. Don't worry, Photoshop. I got this. I got you. Open. The other thing that I could do is I could come up with a way of loading multiple sprite sheets. I don't know if I want to patch Pixel Vision 8. I think the multi-disc idea is probably going to get me through Ludum Dare, but it's definitely probably time for me to come up with a new way of loading sprites. All right, let's make sure that this stuff should all be in here now. Like you'll see, like a lot of this stuff's going to compress down pretty well. I mean, this is doing a I don't know what the hell that one is, but all right, sure. Contact point, basic. I'm trying to get it to like not be stupid. Yeah, whatever, that looks a little bit better. Hopefully eventually it'll figure out to put the other stuff in there. All right, so we got all this. Let's go rename these guys. Sprite Builder. I'm talking myself into this whole like idea of the multi-disc thing, and I'm like, yeah. Oh, I remember. I mean, there were so many games that just like didn't fit on a single disc. So that's you know, it's a real thing. I don't know. I'm still like quasi freaking out. We still got time. What is it? It's almost 7 o'clock. Yeah. My goal for today is I'm just going to cut up all this artwork. I'm actually like too hyped up right now to go to sleep. It's funny, I was like exhausted all day, but even though I got like 8 hours of sleep last night, strangely enough, tomorrow's gonna be good. I'm gonna get up really early. We're gonna do some good coding. I got the gym at like 10 o'clock, so I'll take a nice break around 10 o'clock. I'll go to the gym. I'll have like a good meal. I'll come back, and then we're just gonna plow through the rest of the game. All right, so let's make our goal tonight to just get all this artwork cut up. And then tomorrow we'll go back in and we'll figure out how to actually make it work, because quite honestly, there's not much I could do about it right now. What I might just do is like a disc 1 and a disc 2 in here to like get these things working right. Or I don't know, maybe we'll break it up into 2 discs tonight. I just wonder how the discs can't really talk to each other, so I don't know how that's going to work. So I wouldn't know, like, someone could just play disc 2. You know what, I think I can pass stuff to it. So, okay, we'll figure that out. All right. Excuse me. I'm not doing this. All right. All right, so there's our... I don't know why there's all this stuff, but let's do... let me look. I just want to look at, see what... All right, so she gave me a flying guy, a bouncy guy, a walking guy. Okay, cool. So let's do... I like this song too. What's the name of this song? This one's called Not Too Late. Just good lyrics. Like the lyrics like just flow really well. And it's got like a nice little beat to it. Do 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 do. Highly suggest checking it out on your Spotify. Or whatever your music listening service is. All right, we got that guy going. Let's close out the boss. We don't need this anymore. We don't need this anymore. Frame 1, frame 2, 3, 4. Export layers to thing. We're gonna call this enemy. Oops. No, I gotta go and find the stupid folder again. Like it's like it has amnesia. We'll do enemy A. Wonder what the other streams are doing. I don't... Did anyone find me through the Ludum Dare page? I didn't even look to see if I show up. Doesn't look like I have a lot of followers tonight, or a lot of people watching tonight. The other day I was doing like really good for some weird reason. It was like a random night, and who the hell knows? Like, and I was like super tired. I didn't want to stop, but I wound up stopping because I just couldn't even like focus. Whatever. It's not a popularity contest. It's a I just want to feel wanted. Like people want to watch me struggle to make a game in a stupid game engine I built. Enemy B. Run. Well, at least Cast Pixel made all these enemies the same size. That's going to make things a lot easier. Never really done flying enemies. All right, so that's enemy B. Export layers to file. Browse, workspace, game, Reaper Boy, LD, sprite builder. Enemy C. I'm like really bad at like naming enemies. I usually just don't give a, really don't care. Oops, let's do this. All right, this one's a little taller, but that's just because of the wings. It's not a big deal. We can work with that. That's the least of my problems right now. So I'm hoping I should have a good enough amount of time tomorrow morning to put like a dent in the game. The problem's like when I go to the gym, I try to push as hard as I can, and then I'm like exhausted the rest of the day. So I hope I'm not like too exhausted, but I didn't set up a gym appointment for like Sunday and Monday, knowing that this was going to be sort of my time to like cram. So tomorrow we're going to take it a little easy. We'll get like the basics of the code and everything working. Sunday I want to have all the mechanics. Like by the end of tomorrow I want to have all the core mechanics in. And Sunday I just want to like do all of the my goal for like Sunday is to do all the level design, and Monday just to polish the hell out of it. That will not happen like that at all. It'll come down to the wire as always, but that's in my head how I feel like it should work. Sprite builder. Okay. Why? I know the differences between the one that like turns silver and doesn't turn silver. I don't know. Let's just rename all the enemy ones and then we'll. All right, so that's enemy A, B, C. Did I not have a D? I think I screwed that up. I think that overrode. This should be D, and the other one should be C. So that's why I don't close those files out until I know they all work. So that's a little bit of a mess up. All right, let's go back in and figure out. I think that was this guy right here should be C. So let's resave this as, oops, not what I wanted to do. I need to export the layers to files. I guess everyone left watching. I don't blame them. This is like boring stuff. This is the worst part of usually making a game, is just cutting up artwork and getting everything ready. At least I have it. I was making, well, I guess watching someone make art. Let me see. I guess watching someone make art is a little bit more fun than watching someone cut up art. I wonder if the Twitch TV. Well, actually, I think from the LD page. if I have my channel set up correctly. Whoa, who's that? Quill. 1,460 blah blah blah. I definitely don't have that. Am I even on this thing? I think there's one person watching now. Whoever the one person is, thanks for sticking with me. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm right here. Right down at the bottom. At the very bottom. That hurts. Oh well. Guess I'm not that famous. One day. When this game is number one. Those people who do like the best game, I like have no clue how they do it. Like, I mean, I don't think I'm like a bad game developer, but like getting like the top spot is like it's like really hard. There's a lot of people making games. There's a lot of people making good games. All right, we got this. Got all the enemies in. How's our sprite sheet thing looking? All right, so I feel like just cutting up some food because that's probably pretty easy. Let's cut this stuff up. $11, $12, $1, $2. All right, so if I go to sleep by about 8, or at least we'll give it another hour and I wind down around 8, that'll give me about like 7 hours if I wake up at 3 in the morning. I don't really sleep much, so usually I do about like 5 or 6 hours of sleep. So 7 would be like nice. Probably not gonna like worry about that. So one thing I was thinking of for the level design was I was kind of wondering if I could just do randomly generated maps and do some like calculation stuff on like how the player jumps and like I'd love to like not have to do level design, but I think a game like this requires like really good level design. So I was going to talk to I had a person, Ali, in mind who helped Zach Bell do Hacky Zach, and he did all of the level design for it, or most of it, and I was going to have him do... He had talked about helping me out and us collaborating on a game, so maybe if I get enough of this done for Ludum, he could take over and do like some good levels. Food 1. Food 2. Food 3. Food 4. Food 5. Food 6. Food 7. Food 8. Food 9. Food 10. All right. Clearly, no one at Photoshop even uses, at Adobe even uses this script. All right, we'll save this. There's a bunch of different items, so I'll just name them appropriately. Cutting up food. I'm so not hungry. I ate so much for dinner. All right, so we're gonna make this guy. It's a big one. Item food 10. Item food 11. Alright, so that's all the food. I don't know how I want to do the platform yet or the life bar, but let me see what else we're missing here. The food didn't have any animation, right? Oh, thank God. I think the one thing I want to do is cut this out and cut this stuff out, and then I might break this up a little bit more. All right, let's do I don't know what the difference between the tombstones are, but I'd probably just do that with palette swapping, but I don't know. Maybe the difference is that when you, maybe in her mind, when you kill a bad guy, it's tombstone A. Is tombstone correct? Yeah. Tombstone A, Tombstone B. Wow, man! If I had to create all this art from scratch, I'd scream. I could never do a Ludum without art. Like every time I always go in with art, because it's like it's too damn hard to like even create anything that has like any sense of wow, even the spikes are animated. Some serious stuff. All right. We're getting close. If you're just tuning in, I'm still cutting up all the artwork and everything I need for my Ludum game. So I came prepared. I was going to spend the week cutting this stuff up, but I felt like if I'm going to come at least with art, I should do the work during the game jam. So I feel like that's a little bit more fair. Who knows? Spike. I'm gonna quit out of this because that's a lost cause right there. Same thing with Rider. I don't need this. We're not gonna do any code or anything tonight. We can close out of this stuff. Photoshop. All right, I just did these spikes. So if it's a animated frame, I end it with a number. If it's a different type, I give it a letter. This is like that's like a naming convention I've used for like a long time. I don't know why. All right, so that's a spike animation. I have a feeling like this dust I feel like there's two types of dust, one for enemies and one for the player. So let's just do this one first. So that's like, the dust is like if I hit the ground, a little dust will pop up. And it's just like to cover up the player's feet a little bit. The other one looks like it's the full size of... And by the way, I do these empty frames here because even though you won't see the sprites, when I run through the automation tool that builds out the sprite database, it'll still count as a frame of animation. It'll just be empty. So all right, let's export this. Small dust. We'll call this dust and the other one explode. My eye just started twitching. It's like, too much cutting up artwork. Must make it stop. But tomorrow is a day where I just want to code. I don't want to have to deal with art. Art style looks really good. Thank you. This is all Cast Pixel. CASTPIXEL on Twitter. She is amazing. She is helping me redesign my game engine, Pixel Vision 8. And we worked on this game together. This is an old Ludum Dare game of mine. She redesigned it because we wanted to like show off the best that Pixel Vision 8 can do. But it's been sitting on my hard drive since March. And I figured, you know what, this Ludum Dare, I'm just going to rebuild an old Ludum Dare game from mostly scratch, and I'll use her artwork, and then afterwards I'll clean it up, and we'll have a good reference game for the new version of Pixel Vision 8. Explosion. Did I spell that correctly? Good. All right. I was saying earlier I'm like a notoriously bad speller. Ugh, I was like giving a presentation today, and like I was talking about like a bug in the code, and then they were like looking at like I misspelled the word tournament, and they're like, well, did we do that? And I'm like, no, that's me. That's like my bug. So embarrassing. I'm so bad at that. Like every code editor should have spell check built in, and Writer, which is what I've been using for C#, doesn't, and it like drives me nuts. And it was stupid embarrassing today. But you know what? It happens. I don't know what this hurry up is, but we'll put it in there anyways. I think Caspixel just like really got into this and like just like throwing like everything she could think of at me into this game. I don't even know what, I think this is one of her like little people that she was testing with, but I'm like, I mean, I don't think that's supposed to go in the game. I mean, she looks cool. It's like doodles. There's like little doodles and stuff off to this side. It's awesome. I love working with her. She's like the best. She's easily like one of my heroes. Trying to figure out what the hell this thing does. How is the game going to work? Well, funny you should ask. If you go to, I guess it's on, if you go to pixelvision8.itch.io and go here, you're going to hear this. Sorry. I guess I can mute it. Hold on. Let's see if it boots up. This version I probably won't have. Oh, wow! You guys didn't hear it, but I heard it, and that was really loud. Hopefully you guys didn't hear it. Why is it so damn loud? That's my headphones. I don't know why it's so loud. Because I have it muted. Ugh, this program doesn't work. Let's just send that there. All right. Now neither of us can. I sent it to the microphones out. But anyways, all right. So basically the way that it works is that you have to crush these little guys, and you have to use gravity to help you speed up. And it's a really simple game mechanic, and people really loved it. Like it, like a lot of people really liked it, but it was super hard, and I don't think they really got the concept of it. But this is in essence what the game's gonna look like, and I'm gonna add some like combos and stuff. So like you can like combo those guys, and then at the end you'll see in a minute there's like a boss. I'm really good at it. Most people. Someone did like a really funny YouTube like review video of it, and they just like kept dying like over and over, and I'm like, how? Like it's not that hard. You just gotta like get the flow of this like motion. But then again, I guess I played it. There I died. So that's gonna be a little squid dude, and then there we go. Right. So that's the game in a nutshell. And I was like really happy with it. I think it's one of the more original games that I've built. In a long time. Like a lot of my games are just like copies of other games and stuff. Large star. So this was like the first game I think I feel like it's been like totally like original and totally mine. And it looked really good. So Cat Pixel did that original art. We were testing out Pixel Vision 8. Now we're going to do this all over again. But like we're going to do it as in full color with all the glory of Pixel Vision 8, which is the game engine, my fantasy game console. And of course, right out the gate, I've run out of memory for all these sprites. So what I was coming up with earlier, my solution is going to be to we're going to create a multi-disc game. So I haven't come up with how this is going to work. It's funny. Like it doesn't matter. Like I could be a million miles away, and I'm still tech support for Mrs. F. She's having a problem with one of the computers in the house. She's texting me. Like I have no clue how to help, and I always feel bad, but I'm like I want to help, but. It's like I'm making a game. I can't talk. I'm in a hotel across the country. I mean, I would like to be home, but there aren't many better ways to spend a Friday night than making a game during a game jam. So I'm a nerd, and I like making games and being antisocial. All right, let's get this guy out. Sorry, I had to like help with tech support here. All right, so So I've gotten like really good. I travel like a lot, and it seems like every time I leave the house, something breaks. So I now like travel with like the password to the Wi-Fi, like on my phone, like everything that I need in order to get a computer like back up and running, like as much as I can on my phone, so I can like walk my wife through it. So I'm gonna cut up art and apparently do tech support at the same time. Uh, I need to send my wife a picture. Hold on, please, please hold. All right, I can't really help, and I'm losing viewers as I ignore you guys. All right, so got this. All right, so that's our animated star B. All right. I don't know what the difference between those two are, but you know what? We're gonna put it. We'll put it in eventually. All right. So, what else do we need to cut up? All right. So for like stuff like this, I think what we're gonna do is. Sorry, I'm just. Okay. All right. Let's copy. Let's do this. We're gonna do this. Well, you know what? I don't think that she gave me. I guess there's no. I guess there's no portal. Like there's no closed portal. So let's just do this. We're gonna save this as portal. We'll just call this portal. Actually, we'll call this doorway. Or how about we do this exit? And then I'm going to do the animation separate because it'll just be easier to deal with later. And let's just export this layers to files. And we're going to call this portal Reaper Boy. Like now I'm starting to get frustrated because I'm being distracted. I'm trying to do all this artwork so I can go to sleep. All right, let's see where the portal is. All right, so I got the portal done. Let's do this in. I got to start closing out some of these other ones. We don't need any of this stuff anymore. Like in the back of my head, I'm like trying to think of how I'm building all this crap. It's like a lot of stuff to build. This is a pretty ambitious game. I'm thinking it's not going to be terribly like once I get the flow going, it won't be too bad. A lot of this stuff is pretty straightforward. It's just a lot of it. And I don't think I'm going to like, I'm not terribly worried if I don't feel like I have to get this all in. No, I don't want this. Export. All right, so you guys can like chat and stuff. I know it's like this is the boring. I'm already like losing my interest, but we're close. I think I'm almost done with this stuff, and then I'm going to call it an early night and get the rest of this stuff working tomorrow. All right, I've solved the problem remotely for my wife. The computer is now working. I can spend the last few minutes of my waking time. Perfect. That matches perfect. Trying to finish this guy up. Let's save this out. How many colors are in that? 12 colors. Yeah, this game is going to be like the opposite of what I originally started Pixel Vision 8 out doing. All right, so I want to do So like something like this, we don't need all of this. We just need right, that should, yeah, okay, that repeats. We just need this guy here, image crop. Platform small. And we'll do platform large. I'm sort of having an idea of how I'm going to integrate the theme in. I definitely want to do something where like the level gets smaller and smaller over time. We'll see how I wind up integrating that, but for right now, we are almost done with image crop. Save. So platform large. A lot of this stuff won't make it into the final sprite builder thing, but we'll cut it up as is anyways. All right, so we'll do a health bar. The other part of the text we'll do dynamically, so I'm not terribly worried about that. All I want to do is just trim this down to what it needs to be. But something like this I do have to actually cut out, so let's do this. We only have 3 parts to it, because everything else repeats. So what we'll do is health bar left, health bar center. And it's cool. I have all this code to do these health bar things. So that all I can pull from my last game. So that's going to work out pretty well. I think there's a lot of stuff that's going to help speed up the development. Health bar right. All right, that's that. I think everything is cut up. The only thing that's left now is the font. I just want to go through and make sure that I didn't cut out this one, but I don't even know what that one does, but we're going to put that in there anyways. Platform box. I don't know, whatever. Platform box is a good enough name for me. I don't want to save. I don't want to save. Don't want to save. All right, so we're going to do a single font, and we'll just put I don't know why. Huh. Like both fonts have a different shadowing, and it's going to make it really hard to do as palette swapping. So I think, let me see. She has some text in some of these. Let's see. That's a straight one. That's a straight. So that's funny. That's straight, and then this one has the bounciness to it. And then hurry up. I think I'm going to go with this bottom one here. And I don't know why. I don't know what we would use the other one for, what the difference in fonts is, but we're just going to have one font. It's just, I'm already pushing way too many. I'm already pushing too many characters. So let's do this. Let's get, 0 to 7. Whoops, I want this. All right, and then 8 and 9. And then we need, let me close this out so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Ah, Photoshop, terrible. All right, so we need A, B, and C. So this is the standard font template in Pixelvision 8. It actually matches up to the ASCII stuff. Ooh, that's going to be rough. The font's too tall. All right, we'll have to get around that. I don't think I can do... So I can't do the extra number set, but I will put this other font in here. We'll play around with it later and we'll see if we really need it or not. All right, and then all this other stuff, I'm just going to... whoops. I keep touching this stupid touch bar. And I just made the volume like too loud. Anyways, all right. Let's do this. We're going to take all these other characters. And since we don't have font for them, we're just going to mask them out. If at some other point I need them, great. I'll bring them back. I'll like either make them myself or something. But for the most part, that's our font. Our uppercase is going to be these green and yellow, and our lowercase is going to be the A and B's. And I'll probably go in and change the coloring of it at some point, and just try to get it to be so I can do some palette shifting. But that's like another night. All right, so I think we got everything. All of the artwork is now in. All right, the last thing I want to do is I want to cut up the background and turn that into something a little bit better. So let's go here into the background. We're going to open this up, and what I want to do is like, let's do this stuff. We're going to make, nope, not at all what I asked you to do, Photoshop. Let's do this. This will be curtain left. All right, so that's curtain left. This is curtain not copying. This is curtain right. And we'll do this. It'll repeat really well, but we'll do it anyways. Whoops. I want to make a new image, and we'll call this curtain center. Whoops, I want to make that transparent. The engine will optimize that, but when I go to like draw it across the board, I want it to just be, I just want to have all the sprites automatically done for me. Curtain center. Then the other things I want to do is I need to pull out the clouds. So we'll do this as create. There's like this weird thing in Photoshop where if you try to like copy multiple layers, but it only has one layer, it just doesn't give you anything. So this is cloud A. And this is going to be cloud B. Cloud B. All right, so so down here it's going to be a little bit more interesting. So Pixel Vision only has like Pixel Vision has the notion of different layers, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out. And we're going to save this, and we're going to make this like that. I wonder if she would mind if I brought this up to here. I don't think she'll notice. Because what we're going to do is that's going to be the mask for the background. And in fact, what we'll do is let's cut this, and we'll have that as the background layer. The background color will be its own thing. So this is background middle ground. We'll call this level middle ground. Middle ground, is that one word? Level middle ground. Save. And then this, which is really, well, it's going to be, all this is going to be is actually this part, which is the clever part. What we're going to do is, this part right here is going to be the foreground, and then in the tile map we'll make everything else white. And then whenever, so like let's copy this. Let's do it this way. Hold on. It like goes up too much here. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy this. We're gonna copy this out. We're gonna create a new one, and we're going to select this, inverse it, delete it, inverse it again, and make it white. Luckily, this whole thing is just a solid white color. There's no detail in it. And then we're going to add the height. It's 45. The height should not be 45. How could that be 45? Something is wrong. 48. I guess I copied that wrong. 48. Why is it doing... Oh, you know what? Photoshop is being stupid. And it's... There we go. Now it's 48. It was automatically cropping it. It's annoying. All right, let's turn this into white. Inverse this. Mask this off. And now we're going to add a calculator. 48 plus 16 is 64. And that's the foreground. Level foreground. So my thinking is what'll happen is that as you continue to, I don't know, do something in the game, or I guess, you know what, over time, oh, that's it. I just had that epiphany. What's the Ludum Dare thing? Ludum Jam. I think I just figured it out. See, I like to let it like sit in the back of my head. Running out of space. I think what we'll do is that on the, yeah, that's the plan. Over time, the clouds from the bottom of the screen will keep coming up, and everything will still exist. You just won't be able to see anything. And if you don't get all your guys and the clouds go all the way up to the top, you basically run out of time. And that's the timer for the level. Wow. Head explode. That's awesome. We should write that down so we don't forget. Of course, I closed down Adam. I closed down my notes. Game mechanic. Clouds from bottom of screen come up as time runs out, making it harder to see what is going on. Bam! And that's the theme, my friends. Woo! All we got to do now is just build all this crap. All right, so here's our background now. This background image we can get rid of. We don't need it. I might even get rid of this altogether. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I was never... I know Caspixel really likes these things, but I wasn't like a big fan of this. It's not that I don't like it. I just got to figure out what to do. I wanted the background to be like a little bit more plain, but it's fine. All right, so we have this masked off. We have this masked off. I don't know what the hell that was. That was me failing. And we have that masked off. We have this. Don't save. Oh, it's so cool. I like want to build it now. Like I know exactly what I want to do. All right, I'm gonna take a. Whoa! I'm gonna take a quick break, and then I'm gonna come back. Why does it keep selecting this? I don't know. I'll just stand. I just need to like stand. I've been sitting in this uncomfortable chair for a little too long. All right. So I think we got all of the... We've got all the stuff. Is this still downloading? Show and Finder. All right. So this is the... This is a copy of one of my backups of my old Pixel Vision 8 workspaces. And in this resources folder, workspaces, V2.0, there should be this jump and shoot man. And in it are going to be the libs we need. So let's copy that over. we're just going to copy that all in here, and I'll deal with that later. And then all of this stuff, we're going to make this stuff green, because this is what we need. This stuff is all yellow, because that's the actual old game itself. And then everything else should be, we don't need any of this other crap. All right, so I think that's the core mechanic. Tomorrow I'll set up all the code and everything. I want to delete that from the... All right, let's go... Where's the project? Sprite Builder. There should be like a background. All right, we're going to delete this background. We don't need that anymore. Let's go take a look at our texture packer and see where we are. So in the end, this is still going to be too many sprites. Just trying to get a sense here of... So close. 512 by... Hold on, let me... Calculator. 512 divided by 8 is 64. Multiplied by 64 is 4,960. If 8 multiplied by 60... No, that's not right. 256 multiplied by 8 is 2,000. So we're... Even if we got rid of a screen, we're still, like, is that right? Let's take a look real quick. Try and do the math on how many, what the maximum number of sprites are in memory for Pixel Vision 8. Let me rebuild this real quick. All right, we're going to run this. What we should do is we should copy this over just so we have a point of reference. Jump and Shoot Man was my last Ludum Dare game, but it was a terrible buggy mess. And I went back and I fixed it. I cleaned up the whole thing. I just haven't re-released it yet. I'm actually going to turn it into a book for Pixel Vision 8. What I want to see was, I just don't feel like opening up the new Reaper Boy one because it's going to take too long. I just need to see one page of memory. 256. So 256 multiplied by 8. So I would need 16 pages of memory. I only have 2,000. Right. That's so I'm over my memory by half. So all right. So the plan for tomorrow might be sort of an interesting one. What we might do is we're going to break them up into two games, disc 1 and disc 2. It's gonna actually be pretty cool, but you're gonna have to like put disc 1 in first, and then it'll like ask for it'll just switch over to disc 2 when it needs to. It should be rather quick, but there'll be like a little bit of like a load in between in between the games. It'll be like saying like insert disc. It should be like when you when the game is over, it'll say like insert disc A and hit return. You just hit return and it'll load disc A. It's going to be kind of cool. I think we're going to work around the weird limitations of Pixel Vision 8. I'm like excited to do this. All right, so yeah, then you get like that kind of crap going on. It's going to be strange. All right. With that being said, I'm going to call it a night. We even have more than that. So we have to get this down to 512 by 512. But that's just the way I have this cut up. I can fix that. Like if I came here and like, let's do this. We'll save this guy as game over. And this will crop, image crop, and save it. That almost gets us there. Is there anything else that we can cut down? How did like best area fit, huh? Huh. All right, I'll figure this out tomorrow. But that's sort of what we need to do is we're going to have to get this thing, not all sprites fit on a spreadsheet. You can enable a multi-pack to create multiple spreadsheets at once. All right. What I'm thinking, my gut's telling me is that I might just get rid of the, Are the clouds in here? Yeah, they're the clouds. We might get rid of, I might get rid of something. I just don't know what yet. Like we could do stuff like break up the hurry up. Congratulations. Where's game over? Did that not make the cut? No. We need a lot more space. All right, that's fine. My hope is that when I pull out these, there's enough room for the artwork. And like I said, disc 1 will have all the game scenes and disc 2 will have the actual game. So tomorrow we'll just build all that crap out. All right, so I'm calling it a night. Thanks everyone for watching. Tomorrow we will begin coding and getting everything organized and go from there. So let's not save this, and I just want to do one quick pass to make sure I got everything in there, and I think we did. It's one damn good looking game. Cool. All right, that's what I got for the night. Thanks everyone for watching. See you tomorrow.